Hello, Holy Trinity. This is Father Hans, and I'm coming to you today from my home office. And I recently discovered something somewhat disturbing. I'm recording this with Zoom meetings, and Zoom actually allows you to have a virtual background, keep things a little more interesting than this plain beige wall behind me. So check out what it looks like if I put on a Zoom background. That's right, my face disappears completely. This is what it looks like without. It turns out my skin tone is close enough to the wall behind me that Zoom doesn't know the difference, and it replaces me. Now, I want to share with you a reading from, this is actually literally just called From a Letter to Diognetus. We don't actually know who wrote this, but this is from one of the early church fathers. And here's what it says. Christians are indistinguishable either by nationality, language, or customs. They do not inhabit separate cities, speak a strange dialect, follow some outlandish way of life. With regard to dress, food, manner of life in general, they follow the customs of whatever city they happen to be living in. So Christians visibly look, you can see my hand, hey, there it is. Christians visibly look just like the people around them. And just as like I look like this wall, and to a certain extent, we're indistinguishable. But this letter goes on. It says, Christians love all men, but all men persecute them. They live in poverty, but enrich many. They're totally destitute, but possess an abundance of everything. To speak in general terms, we may say that the Christian is to the world what the soul is to the body. And this gets really interesting. He says, as the soul is present in every part of the body while remaining distinct from it, so Christians are found in all the cities of the world, but cannot be identified with the world. As the visible body contains the invisible soul, so Christians are seen living in the world, but their religious life remains unseen. And it gets even more interesting. The body hates the soul and wars against it, not because of any injury the soul has done it, but because of the restriction the soul places on its pleasures. Similarly, the world hates the Christians, not because they have done it any wrong, but because they're opposed to its enjoyments. To a certain extent, Christians are meant to blend in, just as I blend into this wall. I'm going to bring myself back so you can see me. To a certain extent, Christians are meant to blend in, just as I blend in with the wall. But in a different sphere, we're not meant to blend in. We're meant to be to the world as the soul is to the body, to introduce virtue, to live in a way that's somewhat different. And so my challenge for you today is to look at yourself and see, how do people see you? Will they recognize that you're a Christian? Or is your way of life completely indistinguishable from the world, that you would blend in completely and not bring any of that Christianity into your life? And if that's the case, how might you bring the love of Jesus to those around you so that they will know that you are a Christian? God bless you.